Yeah, we're just doing one lap.
Day 4 was kind of a lonely day, being that the previous day we had been riding with so many other scooter riders, and we knew that from here on out we were headed into desolate areas.
At this point, the goal was to ride up north to Escanaba. That puts us at 127 miles or so of riding, so we're back on the long rides, and the weather is starting to get noticeably colder.
So we went from Sheboygan up to Manitowoc, and we started realizing that Mike's scooter just seemed a little bit slow.
We decided the best course of action was to remove the carrier that Mike had mounted on the back of his scooter.
Honestly, we spent a lot of time, energy, and effort trying to lighten his load, and it really weren't successful.
Between 3 engineers, a film crew student, and an exceptionally bright high school student, we weren't able to reduce the weight on Mike's scooter.
I was also trying to see if there's maybe an ER here that can take about 50 pounds off my gut.
Oh yeah.
I think that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and this will get me up to at least 60.
One more than the other.
And because of that, we had to ride at a slower pace.
We finally decided that we're going to start heading towards Green Bay.
Come on, move along. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real slow.
One of the neat things about heading towards Green Bay, we ended up going to this restaurant that was across from Lambeau Field.
Coles West, which is a very famous burger joint. It is probably one of the largest restaurants I've ever been in.
And it was just ridiculous popular and busy.
Give me a hard time at the counter.
Did she? What? She heard you say that?
No.
Who's Brett Favre?
We wound up having the burgers and then heading over to the stadium.
One of the neat things about Lambeau Field, we had just happened to be there on a shareholders day.
We're in Lambeau Stadium, I think.
Some nice people gave us these tickets, and unfortunately we got here too late to do anything fun. So we were checking out whatever we could check out.
Got to enjoy a little bit of it. Got to see this huge Lombardi trophy that they had, so it was kind of cool to see that.
It's a lot of G's.
G money. Pretty neat statues in front of the Lambeau Field that everybody was posing with. And Lambeau Field was pretty neat. We left Lambeau Field and we noticed that Mike's scooter was starting to act funky, so we ended up pulling into an auto zone and trying to figure out what was going on.
These little pivot things that push the tip of the stem. And sitting in that is a set screw and a couple of nuts.
And we have to adjust those.
And you have to make sure that that gap is like 2 thousandths on the top, 3 thousandths on the bottom. Really tight.
Yeah, Mike just explained to me what was wrong with the bike. I zoned out after the first 2 words that he spoke, so I have no idea what's wrong with the bike.
Like typical men, we just started tearing things apart, trying to figure it out. It ended up not being anything other than a tube that had been come off of a spout on the underside of the scooter. Once that was put back on, then it ran fine and we just got out of there, but we probably spent 2 hours on that.
Since I was a child, now it's showing its ugly face. What can I do? Music creeps into my dreams, wakes me into sweaty sheets, abandons me when nights died out. What can I do? What can I do?
My bike, which was previously the fastest of the three, just started to really slow down.
All of a sudden he started drifting back and I'd get a little farther ahead and then I'd come back and just say what's going on, and he's like, you couldn't get it to go any faster.
So he catches up to Mike and the rest of the crew and tells them that they need to stop.
Mom's not running right at all, dude.
Who says that?
The top 10 at 30.
It's all of a sudden just started dying.
We put my scooter up on the stand, we let it run, and it's not sounding good at all.
Oh yeah, that does sound bad, dude. Holy crap.
So it's getting dark out, we're on a busy road, semis are flying right by us.
We were all under the impression that it was the clutch that had gone bad. We had spare parts that were given to us just in case something had happened.
We just couldn't break the bolt on the back wheel. It just wasn't happening. Austin was holding down the tire, Arnaldo was sitting on the back wheel, and we just couldn't get it to break. At this point it's dark out and we were in a tough spot.
So we ended up enlisting the help of somebody that was just happened to be across the street. Ended up being a really nice guy. We asked him if he'd allow us to keep the scooters there overnight until we could figure out what we're gonna do. We were all exhausted. It was already getting really late and dark and everybody was tired and hungry, and from that point we ended up going to the restaurant and finding a way to a hotel and checking in and getting a good night's sleep.